The 12 books of the Bible in the groups cover a period of about 700 years in these stories of God's people. That's why they are called the historical books. Including in the group are the book of Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd King, 1st and 2nd Chronicle, Ezra, Nehemiah, and Esther. Some of the most interesting personality in the Bible appear in this book. For example, the book of Joshua is named from the younger man who succeeds Moses as leader of the Hebrew people. Joshua had the difficult task of leading the Israelites to defeat the Canaanites, ungodly nations who were occupying the land. By following God's leadership, he succeeds in this mission. Then he lead the people to settle in their new home, the promised land. Several interesting champions appear in the book of Judges. Judges of Israel were military heroes who gather and motivate the people to fight against their enemies. Gideon defeated an enemy army of several thousand with 300 brave men. This 6 was 1 through chapter 9 verse 7. Another judge, Samson, who was the strongman of the Bible who fought against the Philistines. He once pulls off the first that supported a city gate with his bare hands, captured and enslaved by the enemy. He died when he pushed down a temple filled with Philistines who were worshipping a pagan gods. You can see Judges chapter 16 verse 29 and 30. The adventure and accomplishment of David, the greatest king of Israel, also appear in some of these books. When he was just a teenager, David killed a king named Goliath with a small rock and a sling. You can see 1 Samuel chapter 17 verse 1 to 58. Although David grew up as a poor shepherd boy, he became the most powerful man in the land. The throne of Israel was his for more than 40 years. David was also a magician and poet. He wrote many hymns and prayer in the book of Psalms. Stories of David's life appear in the book of 1st and 2nd Samuel and 1st King and 1st Chronicle. During the year after David's reign and his son Solomon's, Israel was divided and their obedience toward God got less and less. Then the people were carried off into captivity in foreigner lands. But in the book of Ezra and Nehemiah, we see how God restored his people to their land. The book of Esther contains only 10 chapters, but it is one of the most interesting of these historical books. It reads like an exciting short story. The main characters in the powerful drama are the King Ahasuerus of the Persia, his wife Queen Esther, who was Jews, Ahasuerus' child, 8 and 2nd in command, Haman, recently promoted by the king, and Mordecai, a leader among the Jewish people who were scattered throughout the Persian Empire. Haman had the Jewish people, so he pulled the king into Assyria, issuing an order that they should be put to death. But Esther used her royal power and influence with the kings to expose Haman's plot. Haman was hanged on the gallows. He had been for Mordecai